I'm sad. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't shed a tear, but I was close.
Woke up this morning, feeling that shine. Whole team got the glow. You can see it in the stride. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Got me feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Feeling brand new. Yeah.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and today it's a little somber, but today we're tapping in with The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2, and man, oh man, it was so much going on in this episode. I'm gonna try to keep it brief, but man, there was a lot going on in this episode. Sheesh. It was a lot, man. It was a lot. It's emotionally draining. It was a lot. But this particular episode starts out right where the last one ended. We pick up with Abby and the crew in the mountains, plotting and planning. It's daytime now, so they actually get a full look at Jackson City, Wyoming, and realize it's an actual city and not just some little tent town or some little shanty town. It's a legit city with patrols, with walls, with all that, and dogs, all that. And they realize, oh, this ain't gonna be as simple as we think it is, and we don't know what Joel look like. So how we finna do this? And we see Abby kind of get talked down just a tad by the homie. I forgot his name, but the white guy in the group, and and then the others confront the white guy on the side. They were just like, "Hey man, do you really got a plan?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I got a plan. The plan is to convince her to go back. The plan is to convince her to go back because if we try to go into that city, everybody it's pretty much a suicide mission. We all gonna get unalived." And so then the story pretty much switches to Ellie at that point. Gets a knock on the door. It's time for 8 a.m. scouts or patrol technically. And she's talking with Dina's ex-boyfriend as far as patrolling and everything like that. So she's getting ready. She tries to apologize for what transpired the night before. As far as with Dina, he's just like, man, I already do, but I don't really care. But he kind of busts her balls a little bit, just for the fun of it, which was funny. Then we get the information revealed that it was supposed to be her and Joel going out to patrol, but Joel went with Dina instead and went out there to patrol and said it would probably be best to let Ellie get some rest. So that kind of rubs Ellie the wrong way because she's like, why would you leave me? But at the same time, she still loves Joel, but they're going through issues right now. Neither one of them feel like bringing up the issue that they're going through. Neither one wants to talk about it. So they're going through issues. She has a conversation with, she goes to the restaurant. And we see Tommy pretty much giving a speech talking about the infected that one of their patrols ran up on. It was like 7 or 8 dead infected. And then a horde of 30 of them just kind of jumped out from under him in the snow. And so now they're preparing pretty much for an impending attack, just in case. And he's gathered the whole city together, giving them their roles, and reiterates the plan to the whole town to make sure everybody's aware of what to do if said impending attack transpires. And we see Tommy's wife kind of bring Ellie to the side and allows the man who called her a dyke in the previous episode apologize and provide her with some steak sandwiches that he made for their trip. And then we see Dina's ex and Ellie go out on patrol. We see the storm brewing in the background. We see Abby in the mountains, kind of trying to gauge a view on everything. And then she sees 2 scouts pull up on horses. Now, she doesn't know who they are. She just sees that they're scouts, so she tries to get a closer look. So she ends up trying to get close as possible. Ends up slipping, uncovers another horde of frozen infected just for her vibrations of her walking on the surface to awaken the horde that's underneath. And the horde that's underneath starts chasing her. She ends up running to what almost looks like a jail or detention center, just based on the fence and barbed wire. But she ends up getting saved from the situation because she tries to outrun them. She goes into that area. She kind of gets caught in a little precarious situation, but Joel ends up saving her. Joel and Dina end up rescuing her, and they want to make it back to Jackson, but they know with the storm and the horde, it's highly unlikely for them to make it back there alive based on how cold it is out there and with the horde chasing them down. And while the horde is chasing them down, Abby kind of suggests, because now she realizes that this is Joel, the person I've been looking for 5 years. This is the person I've set my life's mission against, is in my grasp. So hey, come back to the lodge, because that's where my people are. We'll help you. And so, of course, that's a lie. So she directs them back to the lodge, and as they're running away from the horde actually turns around and goes back to the village, because they go back to Jackson City, Wyoming, because while the citizens of the city are prepping the city for the impending attack, they actually one of the citizens ends up cracking another pipe, and seeing that there's, of course, some plant growing in the pipe, tries to remove it with a pickaxe, and there's a plant clogging the pipe, so he tries to remove it with a pickaxe, and then realizes that the fungus is in there. And once they realize that, they try to go get Tommy, but before they can actually warn Tommy, that's when the scouts on the actual wall see that the horde is on its way. And so Tommy rallies everybody, gets everybody in gear. They hold off pretty much the first wave of attacks for the most part. Then we see this big juggernaut looking dude end up busting through the wall, and now they're in the city. And of course, it's pretty much the city of Jackson versus the horde, and they're trying their hardest as people getting taken out left and right. They're climbing through buildings. They're trying to break into where the women and children are and the old people, and it's just chaos. It is chaos. Now Tommy's wife is on the roof shooting people, shooting infected, and almost gets the attention of the juggernaut, and of the big juggernaut infected, and I forgot what they're actually called, but Tommy ends up seeing that, peeps it, gets the attention of the juggernaut thing back on him, and ends up trying to lead it away, but ends up cornering himself to a one-on-one battle with it, and ends up almost getting unalived by it, but by God's grace, legitimately, his flamethrower gave out at the nick of time, but he had already burnt enough of the juggernaut away and did enough damage to where the juggernaut just completely passed out before it could actually attack Tommy. And so Tommy survives, and Tommy's wife survives the horde, some of the affected, getting to the roof and attacking her people, and she ends up releasing the hounds, releasing the dogs, and they end up being able to fend off the attack of the horde versus Jackson City. So while we have Jackson being threatened to be taken out, now we cut back to Joel, his situation. While they get to the lodge, Dina gets settled. They're trying to warm her up. They're warming up Abby. Abby introduces everybody, but also says, this is Joel. Now Joel sees what's going on in Jackson City and is like, yo, we got to get back out there. So hey, everybody get your stuff, grab your gear. We leaving in 3 minutes. Like, we got to get back to the city. And it's so sad because through this process, before the Horde even got there, we have Tommy giving instructions to the radio, the lady over the radio, to pretty much call the patrols back in. So he got to Ellie and Dina's ex. They were too far to head back to Jackson City because of the storm. So they were just like, we know a place where we can hide out. They've been hiding out there, but they can't get in contact with Joel and Dina. And so they radio Dina's ex and Ellie and like, yo, have you seen Joel and Dina? And they're like, nah. They're like, oh, well, we can't get in touch with them. And so that sends Ellie and, of course, Dina's ex into scout mode to try to figure out if they can find them. And if they can't find them, they set up a rendezvous point just so they can get back to it. Ellie, of course, arrives at the lodge first after Joel and Dina, of course, and Abby. Abby, once she introduces Joel to everybody in the crew, pretty much starts her vindication and her execution of judgment on Joel. Shoots him in the leg with a shotgun, proceeds to reveal who she is, gets him to tell the truth and confess to what he did, and then proceeds to beat him with a golf club, as well as with her bare hands. At this time, this is when Ellie finally gets there, sneaks in, sees that Joel's getting beat up, tries to go in shooting, guns a-blazing, but ends up getting stopped by Abby's crew, gets pretty much pinned down. Dina got injected with something that was going to knock her out for an hour, and then we get the unfortunate, untimely unaliving of Joel right in front of Ellie's eyes, and it was such a sad moment. Such a sad moment. It was such a shocking and sad moment in the show, but it was even more shocking and sad when you were playing the game and you didn't realize that this is what you were playing, because they hadn't revealed a whole lot about Abby's character at that time, so you didn't know what was going on. And but even with what they revealed in episode 1, it still hurts to see Joel in this position and to see this happen right in front of Ellie. And we see Dina and her crew end up packing up and leaving. We see as they're leaving, we see Dina's ex finally make it to the lodge, and then we cut back to Jackson City. We see Tommy and his wife hugged up, and we see the aftermath of the horde that they just fended off. And then we cut back to Dina, Ellie, and Dina's ex pretty much making their way back to Jackson while dragging Joel's body by horse. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. And man, it's still sad, man. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. My heart hurts a little bit. You feel me? Like, Joel, it was Joel, man. It was Joel. Like I said, Pedro Pascal never disappoints as a daddy in anything he plays. It's just like, man, I ain't know they was gonna do this in episode 2. I thought we was at least gonna get like maybe episode 3, 4. Like episode 2, dang, I was like, maybe they're gonna cut away. Maybe they're gonna extend it and this is gonna happen in episode 3. Nah, they gave you everything in episode 2. In this particular episode, man, the way they executed it was beautiful. The way they had the city fighting for their lives, as well as Joel and Ellie. It was cinema. It was cinema. It was absolute cinema. But no, it was phenomenal. Definitely, I get this episode 10 out of 10. They did it. They executed it very well. I'm sad. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't shed a tear, but I was close. I was close. It's too early in the morning for this, man. It's too early in the morning. I just got off work. I shouldn't be feeling these feelings. But Let me know in the comments below how you felt about episode 2 of The Last of Us. Yeah, man. Did this pull on your heartstrings as much as it did mine? Like I said, I ain't shed a tear, but dang it, I'm grieving. I'm in mourning, god dang it. I'm in mourning. Sheesh. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about it. Yeah. Like, comment, share. You know the things. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video on the channel. And never forget, it's free soul to the soul free. Let's get it. Pray for your boy, man. I'm in mourning.